DJ Khaled, an artist who done got stirred up in a good amount of controversy in recent times, and slowly with time became somebody the hip-hop space ain't too fond of anymore. But what happened? How did DJ Khaled ruin his reputation? See, Khaled came into the game nearly 20 years ago. Early 2000s, he was making moves in the music industry, and he was somebody the world respected. I mean, bro did have a part to play in a lot of the big songs that came out during that time. Now, was he rapping on the songs that had his name attached to it? No. But that man would get on the track, spit some ad-libs, might throw a motivational word or two here and there. And that's what people knew him as. The dude who get on these tracks and albums and just speak every once in a while. Like on one of his songs that blew up early in his career, it was a song with Drake, Rick Ross, and Wayne. And the only thing DJ Khaled did was say 5 lines out of this whole 5-minute song. I mean, the dude didn't even get no producer credits on the song. And his face was on the cover. But I think that's just to say, over the years, we realized that DJ Khaled don't really be doing that much other than being an executive producer. But even though he did have parts to play in these classic songs of modern day rap, that don't mean he was out of controversy. Back in 2015, he got sued. He got into it with a jeweler, and you already know how this finna go. Back in 2012, Khaled hit this jeweler up and he balled out. That man got 2 Rolexes, a custom diamond chain, some diamond earrings, a 4-carat diamond ring. That man was really dropping some money. And when he got all that, the company he bought him from, RNC, had a written agreement where he had 15 days to send the funds, but they never got sent. And in 2015, they filed a lawsuit against bro. RNC says it had a written agreement with Khaled. They gave him 15 days to check out any jewelry that the company sent him. The deal was, if he liked the goods, he would pay, and if not, he would send them back. But in the lawsuit, RNC says Khaled did neither, keeping the watches, the chains, the earrings, and the ring. And he never paid a dime for nothing he was billed. So they reached out to Khaled's rep, and they didn't hear nothing back. And they wouldn't hear nothing back until Khaled clapped back at them niggas. He turned around and sued them, saying that they had been overcharging for everything that was given out. He said that over a period of 6 years, he purchased numerous items of personal property for himself and his gifts for friends, which he now believes was grossly overpriced. And that wasn't just something he said out the blue. As the years passed, he really did want to get the RNC company charged with conspiracy to commit fraud. In new court documents filed by Khaled last week and obtained by The Blast, he claims the jeweler actually conspired with an appraiser to commit fraud. Khaled claims one of the owners provided him with appraisals from the American Board of Certified Gemologists, ABCG. But Khaled claims ABCG is not certified by anyone and has been illegally representing itself as a certified board, which it's not. He says that the ABCG's valuations are all extraordinarily inflated as to convince the purchaser that it was a great buy of a piece of jewelry from a jewelry company, as if they were buying apparently for less than half the cost of the appraisal. For example, Khaled claims he bought a chain for $110,000 and was presented an appraisal certificate for $240,000, which he claims was false and fraudulent. And what's crazy is this lawsuit took years. It took until 2019 for something to actually come from a situation that started in 2012. But after everything he tried to put on them and after everything they tried to put on him, the case officially got closed and dismissed because these two ended up coming to an agreement. And even though this was still affecting his life in the background, he was still positive. Think about the 2016-2017 Khaled era where he was just running Snapchat. You couldn't go a week without seeing his Snapchat stories or seeing somebody repost it, where he just be out doing anything. And for a while, he was out the news until something big went down. Right at the end of 2018, DJ Khaled and Floyd Mayweather got into something real controversial that could have ended up with them both being locked up. See, during 2018, Floyd and Khaled were endorsed by this cryptocurrency company called Centratech. And over the months leading up to the lawsuit, these two was just posting about Central Wallet. They was basically like, look, this is somewhere you can store your coins and keep it on it like it's a debit card. And they was really advocating for fans to buy this. It was bad. And before I tell you about this, make sure you go tap in with the second channel, GetLikePrincee Live. I've been uploading over there real frequently, and like I say all the time, if you enjoy the content here, you will enjoy it there. But this is where the problem comes. TMZ wrote this: the Securities and Exchange Commission says the company behind the coin was operating illegally, misleading investors, and claims several of the executives listed on the company website don't even exist. Centratech raised $32 million in backing during the initial coin offering in 2017, thanks in part to celeb endorsements, the everything they had going on, and the founders of the company were arrested back in April Apple, and they's facing many charges right now, including security fraud, wire fraud, some conspiracy charges. In the suit, investors are going after the company founders and the celeb endorsers for fraud, and they seeking to get their millions of dollars back plus damages. One interesting note from the lawsuit said this: investors say the value of the coin has plummeted over the past year. It was worth roughly $1 per coin in February, and after the arrest in April, it dropped to less than 0.02 cents per coin. And when more information about the case came out, we found out that Mayweather failed to disclose promotional payments from Central Tech and some ICO insurance. They said that Mayweather ain't say that he was paid $100K, and Khaled didn't say that he was paid $50K from Central. And when Khaled and Floyd was promoting this, they was really trying to hit people with FOMO. They was basically like, look, it's first come, first serve, and y'all see us with the car, y'all might as well buy it because I support him. And Mayweather was just straight up calling himself Floyd Crypto Mayweather. And over 2017 to 2018, many different civil actions and warnings will be put up against Central founders. And when the lawsuits called them to Floyd and Khaled, them boys ain't want no parts of none of that. They was asked to pay up and they did no questions. SCE Gov wrote this: without admitting or denying the findings, Mayweather and Khaled agreed to pay disgorgement penalties and interest. Mayweather agreed to pay $300,000 in disgorgement, a $300,000 penalty, and $14,000 in prejudgment interest. Khaled agreed to pay $50,000 in disgorgement, a $100,000 penalty, and $2,700 in prejudgment interest. In addition, Mayweather agreed to not promote any securities, digital or otherwise, for 3 years, and Khaled agreed to a similar ban for 2 years. Mayweather also agreed to cooperate with this investigation, but Khaled still couldn't catch no break. Even after this big lawsuit, even after the other lawsuit he had going on, even after any other life problems he was facing, that man dragged himself into more problems. DJ Khaled versus Tyler the Creator. See, this was back in 2019, and we had these two artists, DJ Khaled and Tyler the Creator, who just so happened to drop albums on the same day. But Khaled wasn't liking that. You know, his whole branding is, oh, we number one. And he had a challenge on the way at that time, and I don't think he knew that. See, with Tyler, he normally drops every 2 years, but y'all seen with Chromacopia, he ain't really holding up to this no more. But this was in 2019, and his last album was in 2017. And it just so happened that Tyler the Creator album, Igor, landed on the same date as DJ Khaled, Father of a Child, which DJ Khaled announced the date a year before. So for Tyler to put this album out on this date meant that he wanted war. He knew what he was doing. He wanted a challenge. And this was really Tyler's first chance as a #1 album, because if you look at everything leading up to Igor, he had never had a #1 album. Flower Boy landed at #2, and if there was any chance that Tyler was gonna get a #1, it would have been with Igor. But the perception was in the dirt when Tyler announced that he was dropping. See, people just assumed Tyler was gonna lose against this DJ Khaled album because of how stacked the features was. On this album, Khaled had the entire industry on it. Everybody you could think of was a feature. 21 Savage, Lil Baby, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown, Nipsey Hussle, Travis Scott, Post Malone, Beyonce, and Jay-Z on the same song. I can keep going on. He had every big person in the industry on this album. And as the week of these two albums played out, people started to realize DJ Khaled was losing this battle. He had this album full of features and was losing to Igor, and which in my opinion is one of the best albums of the 2010s. And I really can't understand why it beat out Father of a Child, but losing this battle hurt DJ Khaled's chest real bad. I mean, he was on Instagram crying.
I make albums so people can play it and you actually hear it. You know, driving your car, you hear another car playing it. You know, go to the barbershop, you hear them playing it. You know, turn the radio on, you hear them playing it. You know, it's playing everywhere. It's called great music. It's called albums that you actually hear the songs, not no mysterious shit and you never hear it.
And this wasn't no friendly competition. DJ Khaled was just being a straight up hater. That nigga was just hating on Tyler the Creator. He was bitter that he lost that #1, and after the sales came out, Khaled was online saying that the only reason Tyler won was because of his bundle sales and how Khaled bundle sales didn't get counted with the album. And Khaled was so mad about this. In fact, he tried to sue Billboard. Page 6 wrote this: DJ Khaled is poised to hit Billboard chart with a monster lawsuit alleging the organization unfairly disqualified more than 100,000 sales of Father of a Child, robbing him of a #1 spot. Khaled was furious when his album came in at #2 to Tyler the Creator's Igor, after Billboard allegedly discounted downloads sold by the DJ and producer as part of a bundle deal with an energy drink. And this is where the problems come. He tried to bundle his albums with energy drinks. See, normally when a nigga do bundles, it's normally with some merch or maybe a ticket to a show. See, back in 2019 when I bought this Trippie Redd hoodie, they gave me a free digital copy of his album, which counted as a sale. Now today in 2024, bundles are completely different. There's a lot more rules put in place, but with DJ Khaled and the way the energy drinks was promoted with his bundles, ended up with him getting disqualified. This was written about the DJ Khaled bundle situation. Bundling is a common practice of providing album downloads with merch or other sales. Since album downloads hold more weight than streams because of the way Shop.com's parent company Market America promoted bulk sales, Billboard disqualified DJ Khaled's bundle, amounting to a loss of at least 100,000 sales. According to Page 6, the online store allegedly encouraged members via blog posts to buy 12 packages of energy drinks to push DJ Khaled and Market America to #1. And when the Billboard president was questioned about the situation, they stood and went down. Deanna Brown, the president of the Billboard Hollywood Reporter Media Group, told the Times this: "We saw an organization encouraging purchases among their members by promising the material and organizational benefits." And after this, people wasn't looking at Khaled the same. I mean, they just seen him as this bitter dude in the music industry who couldn't take a loss. Tyler was even doing interviews speaking on the situation.
You felt like at the time when that conversation happened?
Bro, that Khaled thing was like, it was fun. It was just watching a man die inside. The weirdo was winning. I was moonwalking in a wig. This nigga had everyone on his album. Everyone.
But it's to the same point, isn't it? About like, not understanding what's happening
not
other places?
Understanding, like, and he wasn't wrong. Like, I'm not in the barber shop. I'm not at the club. I'm not diddy skitty. I'm not in the back of the Maybach.
His is big where it's big and your is big where it's big.
But like, yes, when I got that #1, it was
that the world is one-dimensional.
It's not all. That's what I'm saying, bro. And it's like, man, I make rap music. I love rap music. I make music. But so for some guy like that to kind of indirectly be like, that ain't real rap. That ain't real black music. That's what it felt like. And I was like, my nigga, don't do. But I didn't say nothing. I just let that #1 speak. Nigga ego had to deal with that because his whole identity is being #1. And when he didn't get that, that sat with him longer in real lifetime than that moment. I moved on. I went and did some shows. We went to London, cool, didn't think about it.
But with time, they ended up making up and got cool again. And back in November last year, Khaled came out saying that he wanted to work with Tyler. According to a journalist, he tells me that he would love to work with Tim's and surprisingly Tyler, Creator, despite having a social media tussle when Father of a Child was beaten out by Igor on the charts in 2019. And even though that whole situation ended well, over the past year, DJ Khaled been in some hot water. You see the whole Palestine situation going on, and it's really been picking up this year. And people been feeling some type of way about Khaled not speaking on the problems.
Drake and DJ Khaled are the most popular Jewish and Palestinian humans on the planet. They should say something. I'm not saying to take a side, but you should say something. And shortly after, Drake made a statement.
Well, you know why?
You know, listen, this is why my tweet about Drake and Khaled went viral. Like 5-6 million impressions and everything. And it got on their radar. I know it did. You know, especially after the Breakfast Club appearance.
And the tweet Vlad was speaking about in this clip I just showed did go viral and then had a lot of conversations put up around it. And he said this: "Has anyone noticed that the most famous Jewish people on the earth, Drake, and the most famous Palestinian person on earth, DJ Khaled, haven't said a single thing about the Gaza-Israel conflict? It's not like Drake is too busy. He's been writing paragraphs about Joe Budden hurting his feelings about his new album. DJ Khaled been working overtime promoting his new Jordan sneakers, but both of them have been silent on the topic. Why is that? It's because they both so thirsty to maintain their relevance that they wouldn't dare risk insulting the segment of their fan base. Heaven forbid that Drake might debut at #2 behind Taylor Swift because of some Palestinian fans chose to not stream his album. And it would be the end of the world if Khaled sold a few less sneakers because some Jewish people decided not to buy his Jordans. That's the difference between the artists today and timeless legends like Tupac." And when this was going down, the internet was kind of half and half with this statement. Some people was looking at Khaled and Drake like these two artists aren't politicians and they shouldn't speak on these situations because that's not what they're here to do. But on the other hand, there's people that feel like they should definitely speak on the situation because they think that is the right thing to do. And even though all these people was out here having debates, celebrities also got in on the convo. Ja Rule came out and was like, they are not obligated to speak on these situations. Ja tells TMZ that he feels the criticism of Khaled and Drake is unfair because some artists make the decision to stay away from anything that even hints at politics. He also notes that people, celebrities, and entertainers alike need time to digest breaking news in order to react with real knowledge, and that they deserve to do so without facing the public's wrath. Khaled just been in so much backlash over the years, and it hurt his reputation a lot. Anytime you see Khaled brought up in the news, he always receives some hate or backlash for something. I guess we just gotta wait and see how his next album performs.